Good morning, and welcome to everybody to the Fiberific live chat. Just trying to get comfy. Oh, I moved that light and it made everything a bit too bright. Let's move it back. Yep. So, hello. It feels like it's been ages, and it's because it has been ages. I went away to New Zealand and I taught an amazing class over there, and then I came back, and then my daughter got sick. And now she's given me her cold, so if I get a bit raspy, I've got my tea. I should be all good, but we'll see how we go. Yeah. So something I need to talk about quickly and briefly is the thing that's in the news, which we're not going to name either in the chat or here. YouTube are coming down with hammers on people talking about it. Only particular channels are able to talk about it. They're verified news channels. We are not a verified news channel, so I don't want to chat about it in the chat. Mods, if you see it, can you please delete it? And there's a lot of words that we can't use, okay? And we really want to make this a just a fun, uplifting time that we all have. We can talk about what we're doing with this bit of extra time in our hands, things like that. So I don't want to add to any of the stress that people are already under. So let's add to a bit of fun times and a bit of lightness. It's not to say we don't all feel it. It's not to say we don't all understand what's going on, but we don't need it in every single aspect of every second of our day. Okay? So we have got our supermods in. We've got Spanner Chick. We've got Jacob. I think Sally's in. I'm not sure if we're going to get any of the others in. We don't actually need any new mods at the moment, thank you. Is it Walicia? But I'll keep you in mind coming up in the future if we decide we need some more mods. So many people getting to work from home, so you get to live my life and understand that while it's fun for about 5 minutes, it's about how long it's fun for. So I hope you can all hear me. It's been a little while since I've set this up, so it's just like, oh, hang on, I left the mic on for 2 weeks, so I had to replace batteries and things like that. So let me know in the chat how you're all going. What are you all working on at the moment? I'd love to know what you're working on. And if you want to show pictures of what you're working on, make sure you're a member over in the Fiberific Fun Zone. I really want to flood the Fun Zone with craft pictures and yarn pictures and pet pictures and just really uplifting. I want it to be a place where people can go and know the conversation is focused on lightness. You made it today. She cancelled. Sally made it today. She's cancelled her appointment just so she can be here. Spanner Chick says she has been working on nothing except for an amazing cow applique bag that I saw photos of, by the way. Vilek is making a grid for the back of her day bed. Do I need any crocheting testers? Not right this second. Keep an eye, for those of you that want to be testers for me for crochet or knitting, make sure you remember over in the Fiberific Fun Zone. That's the first place that I go looking. Here we go. Jacob's popped in a message. Yep, awesome, Jacob. Kathy is working on her Havana. Those Trinia. So Tina, I don't have my glasses on, and the chat's quite small. Tina's work is amazing. Kirby's doing Daisy Square Blanket. Gossamer Spinner is working on a new support spindle that she's really enjoying, starting to really get the groove of support spindling. Awesome. I am an avid lover of support spindling, as those of you that have been here for a while know. Ida's working on a couple of granny blankets. Young Dragon's Creations is working on her first knitted stranded sweater and first 2 at a time knit socks. Oh my gosh, you've gone hardcore. That is awesome. There is a bird on my roof tap dancing. This little shed with a tin roof, and once the birds get up there, it's insanity. Gosh, there's so much going on. Waisha's working on a show. I hope I'm saying your name right, honestly. Chintami is just going through the usual stuff and starting in on her wheel again. Gamer Widow's got a new Spanish peacock. Just double checking. I've got live chat, not top chat. I thought I missed something there for a second. So yeah, so if you're reading the chat and you're not seeing all the messages I'm reading out, make sure you've chosen live chat rather than top chat. YouTube, they make it default to top chat. I'm not quite sure why. Nat Powell, welcome to the chat. She's working on a Doctor Who cross stitch for her son's birthday. I hope I haven't given anything away by reading that out loud. My daughter's home from school sick, in bed. Good job, Abby. She seems to be sick around this time every year. She was joking about how, look, Mum, and she showed me a photo of this time last year, and she was on her way home from the doctor's appointment because she had a cold yet again. So yeah, so that's kind of the amusing thing going on at our place at the moment. My husband's working from home, so we're trying to separate our work from home regimes because neither of us are used to sharing our workspace. So that's fun. I am looking well. Oh, thank you. I think it's the lighting. But I appreciate that, Bob. I've just finished a handspun cardigan. This is from Knit Spin Girl Creations. A handspun beaded shawl and a pair of socks. Currently trashing the second stash room looking for my next project. Awesome. I am working on Pissel Fix's Midnight Walk shawl. I'm using my, I've got a whirl. Here we go. I'll lift it up. It's a whirl that I'm going to use it with. I think I popped a link in the Watch Your Do's down below. So if you want to check out, it's a free pattern. It's on Ravelry. So yeah, so I'm working on that, which I'll switch to cameras in a second, but I'm just enjoying chatting and trying to keep up with everything. There's lots of you here today, so that's awesome. Sally's got a cold as well. Sorry, Sals. It's just, we're heading into our cold season, aren't we? Kirby says it's default to chat on the version, but mobile version is default live chat. YouTube, always inconsistent. Oh, I know. It's gosh. Color blowout. Where are your glasses? My glasses are inside. And when did the color blow out? Like my color blowing out? It's a bit too much light around, but I'm okay with that. Were you talking about this had color blowout? So I'll hold this up again. Maybe, oh yeah, because the camera, I would have moved it too fast and it's got bright yellow. So, you know, it's yellow through to the dark grey. So it's lovely. I want to hold up the well. Okay. Look, the shawl pattern seems to be really good so far. I've never made this one before, but it's one of those, I needed a project that, you know, there's stuff on our minds at the moment, and I was getting ready to travel, and I was trying to organise like my my Turkish spindle class for Margecraft's Margecraft 2020 retreat. So I had all these things in my mind. So I wanted something that wasn't too tricky, if that makes sense, but looked beautiful. And so that's why I went with this one. I don't think I've done any of Helena Malinsky's stuff before. I may have. I don't know. So yeah. Abby is currently asleep as far as I'm aware. When I checked on her about 20 minutes ago, it's still dead to the world. I think the shawl's going to look fabulous too. I really do. Look, the finished design has a fringe on it, and I'm just not sure how I feel about a fringe. They talk about how they had the additional, what do you call the whirl's little bit of extra bit? I don't know what it's called. The whirlette. So is that what the whirl company calls them? Anyway, they talk about how they used a whirlette to be able to have extra for fringe. I don't have a whirlette, and fringes aren't really my thing, but I think the fringe looked beautiful on this. So I'm a bit torn. I don't know. I'll decide later. Don't wake her up. She needs her sleep at the moment, Spanner Chick. Normally I'd be like, yeah, wake that girl up. But at the moment she needs her rest. Hey, Freaky Geek. So bit of news. One thing I want to talk to you about was Mystery Lace Club. So those of you that are members have noticed that you haven't received your Mystery Lace Club for February as yet. I'm working on a plan to get the next 2 out quite quickly, so that the February and March will come out together, so that I can try and get back up on top of everything. Being sick, and then being away, and then being sick again has really messed up my my routine. So I'm trying really hard to get back up on top of that. They are coming. There's nothing too scary. It's just I'm running really, really behind. So I'm going to get all that fixed up, and I'm really sorry about that. I'll get some more emails out to all of you just to explain some things and when to expect them. They are coming, okay? So don't panic. And don't think they've been lost, because they haven't been shipped yet, all right? Freaky says, only Fringe, like in the show with the freaky stuff. I loved that TV show. That was awesome. I was so sad when that got canned. Oh, Freaky Geek, we need to, we've had a, hang on, I've just got to delete this. There we go. We have we're having a no current main news topic chat in the chat today. We're not mentioning it. We're not referring to it at all. Okay. Rebecca's hiding from the world. I pretty much live hiding from the world. So I keep seeing all these memes come out, which is really funny, about introverts and extroverts. And, oh, hello, there's a little ant. Please don't walk. Oh, it's going to walk right across the camera lens. That's great. But yeah. Jackie made it to the chat. Awesome. Hey, Jackie. So yeah, so if mods can keep on top of that for me as well, that would be good. Waisha, at the moment, no virtual help required. But keep an eye out on Fibrific Fun Zone. That's where I put everything. This is what we've been training for. Absolutely. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera back on. Whoops. So hang on a second. Here it comes. I hope. There we go. Here it is. Sorry, it's this camera, guys. It takes a little second. So yeah, I blacked out. I can show that one. Yeah, that one's fine. Yeah. So, but the particular camera that I have has a 30-minute cutout. For those of you that are new, it will just go to black screen every now and again. It's great. And short of like totally hacking the camera, which I'm not willing to do, there's no way to stop it, and I don't want to buy another camera just at the moment. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm going to bring us up our double camera. There we go. Oh, hang on. That's all right. Let's go with that one. Go back to here. All right. So I am currently working on... What row am I on? Row 8. Hang on. I got a bit splitty. Hey, that ant has come back. I don't like you. I can see you out of the corner of my eye. All right. I don't like it when things move in the corner of my eye. What am I doing? It's 2 chains. 2 chains and 2 single crochets. Move my hands over so you guys can see. Oh, look at this. Hang on. Alrighty. Oh, no, there's still a chain in the middle there. This is what happens when you put your work down and then you pick it back up and forget where you're up to. That's what happens, okay? So, anyway, where are we? Let's have a look in the chat. Leonie's in the chat. Hey, Leonie, how are you liking the world? Look, I've got issues with the world. Honestly, I thought I would love it. I've been meaning to buy one for years, and so I had all this hype in my brain. Like, whirls are awesome. Look at that color change. This is one of the cotton whirls. I don't know if it matters or not. But there's knots in it, you know, and I did a lot of reading, and the company talk about how, yes, that's totally fine. We've made our knots especially flat, so you can just work them into your project. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not a fan of that many knots. Like, because of how they've made it, there is a lot of knots. Like, as a yarn dyer, I understand that we sometimes have knots, and it's just how the yarn's milled. But I'm talking maximum 2 for 100 grams, right? Maximum. Preferably none, but maximum of 2. I'm not even a third of the way through this ball yet, and I've come across 6. So I'm a bit nonplussed. The fluffy joins, that's right, Alison Keys. The fluffy knots, I hate them. I love the colours. I love the options. I love that they have wurlettes. I think it's really beautiful what they make, but I'm just really not a fan of I like that, the fluffy joins. So yeah, it's not my favorite. Knitspin Girl says, if I see movement out of the corner of my eye, my brain. Yeah, mine does too, which is why I really like, get out of the way, little ant. You're messing with my head. Spanner says, I think it would be less obvious in knit than crochet. Look, I'm hoping so. Someone must be loving these things because a lot of people I've talked to said they don't like the fuzzy. Yeah, every time the colour changes, there's a fuzzy bit. That's exactly right, because that's how they colour change. They actually join in the next bit of yarn. So, Freaky says, if you're not happy with this yarn, you can card it and respin it to your liking. I can't, this one. Yeah, I wouldn't respin yarn that's already been spun. One lady told me to wet the join before crocheting it. I've not heard of that. So yeah. Where are we? For the price, I should have 0 knots. Look, I'm not in a 0 knots camp, Kathy. Just because I know what happens like in the mills and I know what I get as a hand dyer, I have people telling me that for the price of hand dyed yarn it should have 0 knots. I can do that, but my prices will go up because every time I have to ditch a skein because there's a knot, someone's got to recoup that. So I will drop the price if there's 2 knots or more. But I'm not going to drop it by much, honestly, because I still have to pay full price. So, but these big mills, this yarn was designed this way, and I think that's a flaw. Oh, sorry, you guys should tell me my hands are moving. I wonder if I can just bring my camera over just a little bit more. Just like and not have it in the shot. I'm on a funny angle. Alison says, so you just put a bit of spit on I would use water. I'm not one of the, I'm not a spit join girl. I will just get a bit of water. So yeah. Now, lords and ladies of the interwebs, we do have some things happening around the world, which is making life a little bit harder for us creative types, and not just us creative types, but there's a lot of people out there who are finding things a bit tricky now. A lot of events are being cancelled. A lot of we've got events that are in doubt down here in Australia. I know in the US a lot of events are being cancelled. So if you have and while there's those of us who like myself who have actual stock to sell and things like that, it's tight and it's not fun at the moment. But there's people out there like designers and teachers whose whole livelihoods are on hold. So if there is a designer or an instructor that you absolutely love, go and see if you can find a pattern of theirs to buy or a Patreon to support, because these people need to continue their businesses over this sad time. And so they, like everybody else, they still need to pay rent. And when this is their full-time job and they're rung up at the last minute, I heard of one person who was already there, had already driven across 2 states to get to where they needed to be, only to be told the event's cancelled, turn around and go home. So not only did they have you're not getting paid, but they also had the expenses of getting there. So if there is any way that you can possibly support a favorite designer or a favorite business or a YouTube creator, jump onto their Patreon pages and toss in $1 a month. It's not a huge amount, and if you can do it, then that is awesome. I'm up to a tricky bit. I've just got to read what I've got to do. 2 SCs around chain 3 over the tip. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 here. Okay, I'm good. I'm past the scary bit. That's at, where are we? All right, and I just keep going. I just keep going to the end. Okay. Where are we? My brother is doing the blacksmithing videos to try and keep things going. Yeah, a lot of people are going online. There's a lot of people that you'll find that weren't online that are online now. So, you know, give them some grace while they're learning the ropes. It's a bit tricky for those people that are not used to it. I do know that some people have all, just like myself, have just assumed go Zoom. We ran a Zoom test group last week, which went really well, but I've been hearing some horror stories because Zoom servers aren't coping with the number of people who've just decided to go, hey, let's use Zoom for all the things. So we're going to do a Zoom chat tonight instead of Caffeinated Crafters. Now, when I say instead of Caffeinated Crafters, I mean I'm not going to Caffeinated Crafters. So I'm going to be running a Zoom chat, which I'll put links in on the Fibrific Facebook page and the Fibrific Fun Zone. So, and I'll try and get it onto Twitter, and I'll get it around like I do with everything else. If you want to join in, you absolutely can. I have one request, is that you have your camera, well, two requests. I have two requests. That you have your camera on. We're all there to chat, and you need to be wearing headphones. If you're not wearing headphones, I'm going to mute your feed, because what happens is the audio comes through your speakers and gets picked up by your computer microphone, and we get these feedback loops or echoes, and it's not fun. So if you want to join in, you need to be wearing headphones. John has been using Zoom for his work meeting for the past week. His whole office is working from home, and he has had no major issues. Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe it's just Zoom in the US that's struggling. Where are we? Vilex said Zoom had issues with me, so I hope it will work. Okay. I hope so too. Alison says, tried to set up Zoom for our spinning group. It was a real pain. For a few of us, did messenger video chat. That worked for a small group. Okay. We did 9, no problems last week, but it was last week. Lots changed in a week. Zoom is for patrons. No. Currently, while I'm doing these Zoom chats, they are instead of my usual craft group. So these are for everybody, not just patrons. So if there is a Zoom level, there is a Zoom level patron. So on the Fibrific Patreon page, there is a level that you can donate each month that will get you a Zoom chat. That's still a separate Zoom chat. And at the moment, I don't think there's anybody on there. So currently, if you jumped in, that would be a one-on-one chat. So that's not part of an open group. That's just a Zoom chat for Patreon. But what I'm talking about is Zoom chat for replacing my Caffeinated Crafters group. So yeah, you're right. That's probably very confusing. I forgot about that. There are a lot of studios that are using Zoom for their meetings. A lot of people are using Zoom for their meetings. I've been using Zoom for years, and I think it's I actually think it's quite good and really enjoy it. Hang on, guys, my nose is really itchy. I need a tissue. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I like Zoom. I've been using it for years for a few different things. I've got a paid subscription. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Those of you watching and joining in, you don't need a paid subscription. Just get the free account. And that means that because I've got the paid, it means that our chats can go indefinitely. We don't have to do we aren't stuck to the time limits. Where are we? Jackie says also, oh, okay, yep, I'll look at that. The Game Widow says, I'd offer the services of the gamer, but he's busy trying to manage a school's worth of online classes. I bet he is. That's insanity. Chintamani's team did a Microsoft team meeting. That's cool. I had a problem with some contacts connecting. Okay, Alison. Yeah, look, I realise that there's going to be issues, and as long as we're all prepared for the issues, then, you know, we can just go with what we can. Crafting's not really life or death, so, you know, we'll try. We'll definitely try. I'm nearly ready to go back to the repeat section. Woot woot. We used to have weekly meeting to the state using Zoom. Worked great. We would have people in meeting rooms at each end as well as on phones. Yeah, look, I really like it. I think it works pretty good. I nearly had a heart attack. My hand stopped moving on the screen. I thought, oh no, I've frozen. But it was actually because I stopped crocheting. That's fine. That's totally fine. We need to have the Brady Bunch. No. Can you imagine that earworm in your head all day after that? That would be a nightmare. And you'd have Brady Bunch nightmares. Like, no one needs that in their life. With my between the lines shawl, I was over the knots. Some had to leave a length and weave in others. Other joins, I did a split splice. Yep, like that's the thing. Normally, if I spot a knot, like there's one hanging off the side of the ball right here. Like, look at that. I'm gonna bring it over and see if you can see it. I mean, that's not an insignificant knot, but they make them like this on purpose because they reckon you can crochet it in, right? So that's a pretty decent knot. Anyway, we're coming up to that one. Yeah, excitement plus. It'll probably be in a nice big open lacy area that'll be really blatantly obvious. So that'll be great. Where are we? I missed something there, didn't I? Anyway, so I am going to be slowly catching up. I'm still catching. There we go. I think we're back. Let me know if you can see it. Buzz, the feeling you get when you hit a knot. They expect you to be excited. Are you kidding me right now? Every time I hit one of those knots, excitement is not the emotion I feel. Yeah. Alrighty, where are we doing here? Yep, okay. Need more tea? Alright. Tell him to use mobile internet. He cannot. My husband works for a company that are very security conscious. He has to work through a VPN on a hard line or it will not work. Okay, chain 3. Two DC in the first space. They're not DC, Chantal, just so you know. I'm reading there we go. Okay, sorry, bring my hands back down. I'm trying to read the pattern and do stuff. Alright. DC around the next 2 chain space. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. What? 2 DC, 1 DC. Hang on, let me look at the instructions here, guys. So 2 DC around the next chain space. Oh, okay, no, I got it. Then we do 2 DC into the existing stitches. Oh man, my brain is not coping, hey. And then 1 DC into the space. Okay, it's fine, there's nothing to see here. Alright, hang on, I gotta go back. I gotta fix the one I stuffed up. There we go, 2 DCs into the SCs. Then 1 DC into the space. It's fine. It's fine. It's my brain, guys. This is where my brain's at. It's like, let's design a new color or not. US terms. Yeah, this pattern's in US terms. So, Dywinch is finally here. You're on the background whilst I put away the groceries. Oh, thanks. Here we go. Here it comes. Oh, yay. It's a fuzzy bit. Oh, I'm so excited. And, oh, look at that. It doesn't look dreadful at all. Oh my God. Just squish it. I'm just going to squish it in. This one's just for me. This pattern's for me. So I'm not dealing with it. I'm just literally not dealing with it, okay? Do I have a picture of the pattern, please? It is, here we go, Midnight Walk by Pisolofix. I don't know how to say that. Helena Malinsky. It uses a whirl and a whirlette, which I'm not using. I'm not using the whirlette. And a 3.5mm hook. It's got some good instructions. It's a freebie. There's a link. You tell me that's so wrong. Yes, I agree with you. It is so wrong. It's bad enough that I have to spend enough at IKEA in the past couple of months at the right times to earn enough vouchers that I can buy the desk I want for free. I mean, no, that's clever shopping. That's utilizing your brain and getting what you want. I mean, you worked really hard at that, Kim. My fur babies will love me again. Oh, you managed to pick up pet food. Woohoo! Oh, my nose is so itchy, you guys. It's driving me insane. It's itchy. It wants to run, but I'm not letting it. It must stay here. Where are we? I can see it done in mohair. Yeah, actually, I agree with you. I think it would be beautiful in mohair. I actually think it would be beautiful in a lot of things. Even just a really beautiful lace weight. Make it just that bit more open. Don't touch your face. I'm sorry. Your hands are busy, so your nose gets itchy. Yeah. Hang on a second. Oh, it's driving me up the wall. It's driving me insane. Glad the knots in my lace shawl are invisible. Oh, I mean, look, the reality is we know that that's there, right? Hang on. I don't know if you can see that yet. We know this is here. We know that that monstrosity exists, right? I stab it with my... Felt it in. There we go. Diminish it. Hey, look, that's kind of working. You just stab it with your angry fingers and it's less. Wow, that's a really good way. Oh, wow. Jackie says my nose always gets itchy when I do dishes. Oh, like when your hands are wet and like you don't want to touch your face at all. Last night I was working on my husband's birthday cake because my daughter made him this beautiful red velvet birthday cake and I was helping out by destroying some ganache and being impatient with it and not letting it set anyway, let's just say it was runny. So I'm dealing with runny ganache and itchy face. So like go into the mirror, chocolate. I mean, luckily it's chocolate, you know, like chocolate's good, right? I normally try to cut some of the fuzz off. I never even thought of cutting the fuzz off. You know what? For someone who does as much yarn crafting as I do, sorry about that. That was an alarm I had set for yesterday that I must have had set for every day, which I will need to go and remove. Anyway, so Abby made him this most beautiful double layer red velvet cake, and we whipped up some ganache for middle filling, so that worked really well. But the outside ganache was taking so long to cool that we got impatient, so we just dribbled it, and it looks like the whole cake looked like a giant piece of, you know, when you buy those little squares of crunchy or like the honeycomb with the chocolate on the outside, and they're all a bit like modelly on the edges. It looked like that. The inside was beautiful red velvet cake with a ganache, like a fluffy whipped ganache filling, and she'd covered the top of it in like chopped up bits of Snickers and Mars and Toblerone, and she made a disc with Happy Birthday Dad written on it. She's beautiful. The big letdown was my ganache, really, but it was so tasty. I'm actually quite looking forward to a piece of morning tea, if I'm allowed. That's Tim's birthday cake, so I have to ask. He might say yes. Where are we? If you cut off too much fast, the yarn comes apart, so be careful. Okay, all right, good tip, good tip. I quite enjoyed stabbing it with my finger until it like looked like it was less. I think I would enjoy doing that more. It won't felt because it's not wool, but it will mush in, if that makes any sense. I like cream cheese frosting on red velvet cake. Well, the recipe did actually call for cream cheese frosting, but Abby didn't want cream cheese frosting. She wanted something else. So we had a discussion about what would work with it, and she made her call, and we went from there, and it was a good call. So Alison says my whirl, my whirl was like 37 or something like that. So, yeah, and that's why I get frustrated. I mean, they're a good sized ball. It's lovely colours. There's some really positive notes about a whirl, but these little fluffy fluffy knots, they bug me. They make me go grrr. But in saying that, I think this is going to be a really lovely shawl to wear, and I'm probably going to be the only one to notice the little fluffy bits. I think a few washers would wear it down as well. Spanish says I made coconut ice frosting once. Really? I mean, I like coconut, and I like coconut ice in small doses. That one's very sweet. I personally would have gone for the cream cheese frosting, but Abby's not a fan. So, I think cream cheese frosting goes great with a spoon, personally. Do you have some more? I don't know what that is. Hang on. I made a couple of shawls using whirls. What do you think, Sally? You've used it a bit. What is does it wear down? I don't know. Like, let me know. Oh, goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I assume there's gentlemen's here. Something else. You'll probably notice that I keep moving my hands, and that's because I have put my overhead camera in a way that gave me a better clear shot. But the camera's really close, so I've kind of got to lean back to see under it. The best birthday cake I ever had was an orange creamsicle cake. It was orange cake with a layer of orange jelly with vanilla cream cheese frosting. Might request it again for my birthday. Wow, that sounds intense. I don't know how I go with that, but that sounds intense. Yes, Freaky's a gentleman, sort of. I would consider Freaky a gentleman. Cheeky, but still a gentleman. Rebecca Nelson's not a huge fan of frosting. I have to, like, how do I put it? The frosting's got to be good, honestly. Shintami says cheesecake is that best. See, but not all cheesecakes are created equal. Like, that's the truth. I'm going to see if this makes it easy. Intense but delicious. I bet. So where is I'm just trying to keep everybody chatting, because that way I don't have to chat so much with my sore throat. That's one big advantage of these Zoom chats, is I get to listen to you all talk, and I don't have to talk so much, which is really nice. Like, I love chatting, don't get me wrong, but my throat's a bit sore, and so, it's nice when somebody else does the talking. So so you guys all mentioned at the start what you're working on, and have you got what's your next project? So when you finish your current whip on your hook or needles or spinning wheel or spindle, what is your next project? So I'd love to know what you've got planned coming up. Shintami says mum's cheesecake is the best. Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't had your mum's cheesecake, dropping a huge hint. Where are we? Yeah, anyone can join in the Zoom chat, but that's not until 6:30 p.m. tonight. And everyone can chat as long as you have headphones on. Otherwise, you'll be muted. Lindsay says, I might have to check out the Zoom thing. What time is it? So 6:30 p.m. my time. So what time is it now? It's quarter to 11 a.m. my time. The Zoom chat will be at 6:30 p.m. tonight my time. It's taking the place of my craft group, so I'm running it at the same time as the craft group. I do intend to run a second one each week for a little while through the day, but I haven't sussed out a day yet, because I've been a bit under the weather, and so it's like I'm like, oh yeah, I should do it at this time, and then I fall asleep and have a nap. So Spanish Chick says, I've ordered some more of the rings so that I can make more of the bags I did on the weekend, but maybe without the applique because I don't have enough wine for that. Okay. I have no idea what my next project is. I have a few whips on the go, so it might be a while till I start something new, but maybe a shawl. Mel has finished her Tiny Flax light sweater and just starting the local yarn store cardigan by Andrea Mowry. I'll have to have a look at that one. Oh, thank you, Spanner Chick, for doing the math on that. Just short of 8 hours from now. And there'll be a Zoom live chat where everyone can join the conversation, because it's more like a craft group than a live chat, if that makes sense. Leonie is a pair of socks from the 52 weeks of socks. Not sure which pattern though. Waiting for the right needles. Oh, camera went out again. Time is flying. Box Elf's missing out because she's at work. I'm sorry, Box Elf. I have no idea what my next project will be, hence my trashing of the stash room. I didn't maths. I typed it into Google. Well, I would have typed it into Google if I wasn't also running a live stream with my computer right now. But I, didn't. All right, I'm getting around to the pointy bit. What do I do in the pointy bit? Hang on a second. I gotta go to here, and then in the 3-space chain, I need to do 2 double crochets. Sorry guys, when it's different, I've got to focus for a second. 2 double crochets, chain 3, and then 2 double crochet. Okay, and then back to what we were doing. All right, we're on the downward run here. Hey guys, I can see 39 of you here are currently watching, but we're missing a few thumbs up. So if you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Lydia Mason says, I seen your mitts, Joss. They were so lovely. Oh, they were gorgeous. Yeah. Sally says, I'll be at the Zoom, but I'll probably be eating dinner at the same time. That is okay. We normally have craft group with our dinner, so don't even worry about it. It's totally cool. Now, I've just realised I promised my family roast pork for dinner tonight without realising today's Thursday. I will have to serve them early and then come and play. Or what I could possibly do is start the chat and then run away for a minute and then come back. I don't know. I'll work it out, but I will be there. I will be there. What have I done here? 1, 2. No, get out. You're in the wrong spot. Stop that. Go in the right spot. Thank you very much. Okay. Lydia says, I just got the 52 weeks of sock book, so I'll be starting something in that. I really need to look into this 52 weeks of sock book. How many of you have got the 52 weeks of socks book? Rebecca will be having a snooze at that time because it's the middle of the night. No problems, Rebecca. I 100% understand. Lindsay says 52 weeks of socks. I think it takes me 52 weeks to make a pair. I'm kind of with you on that one. Stacey's gotten a copy. Is it a new book? I know nothing about this book. I'm going to have to go and have a dig. I feel like I'm out of the loop. Leonie's got it. Stacey's got it. Lydia's got it. Yarn Dragons has another sweater planned with... Oh, hang on. That disappeared. Hang on a second. I shall scroll up. I was in the middle of reading that one. Thanks very much, YouTube. I have another sweater planned with more socks and more blue hats for Hat Not Hate. I want to get my hands on the 52 weeks of socks. I might have to get my hands on 52 weeks of socks too. Kathy says if she could hit the thumbs up more than once, she could. As long as you're hitting it up in odd number of times, Kathy, you can keep smashing it. Rebecca says she's planning on getting on the book. Yep. Yarn Dragon says waiting for it to be stock on the website. Wow, I am behind the loop. Who wrote 52 weeks of socks, just out of curiosity, so I can look at it later? Where are we? It's available from Skein Sisters as a pre-order. Okay. Oh, it's a Lane book. Oh, it's one of the magazines. Oh my gosh. Okay, well then that'll be stunning, because all of their magazines and stuff, I don't even know what I was trying to do then. I've got no idea. No idea. So yeah, the those Lane books, they are just the photography and the paper are just gorgeous. No, it won't. If it's a Lane book, it'll be like yarn stores only, I think. Is that right? Ida says her granddaughter has requested a shawl. Oh, that. Oops, yarn's running away. What kind of shawl are you going to make her? It's a hardcover. So it's not like their standard magazines. It's actually one of their actual books. So that's cool too. Longevity, bring it. Okay. I will definitely have to have a look around for it. My favorite go-to sock book has been around forever. And I'll have to put a link in some. Actually, there's a link in the Fibrific Amazon store, I believe, for Sensational Knitted Socks by Charlene Church. And I love that it's. The thing I love about this particular book is that if you like to use double pointeds or two circulars or a single circular, all the instructions are written for you, and it's not like you have to sort of decide, okay, with these socks I'm going to have to go double pointers because the pattern's only double pointeds, or I'm going to need some of Chantel's DPN stitch markers to help me if I'm going circular. The actual book splits out the instructions differently for each style of sock, and I love it. Thank you. Spanish Chick has thrown a link up there of my Amazon.com shop. It is a affiliate, so if you purchase anything from it using that link, I shall get a small commission. And you know, for transparency's sake, I have lots of different things in there, so you go and have a squiz. I have all the things I use for my tech stuff, all my live streaming, video making, that sort of thing, as well as I have all my favorite books, anything that I've gone with. Hi, Abby. Make sure you're using your data, not the house Wi-Fi, just so you know. My audio is weird. Look, it possibly is, honey, or it could be the fact that my voice is weird. This morning I woke up. For those of you that don't know, it's only Abby, is my daughter. She's probably just woken up. She's probably still laying in her bed. I woke up with your sore throat this morning, honey. So yeah, it's been great. I'm thinking about. Spanish Chick says, I'm thinking you are not likely to run out of patterns anytime soon. No. From what I've seen of Josephine's book collection, there is a seriously good stuff going on. Oh, she's had brekkie. Good girl, honey. Good girl. The 52 weeks of socks is on Ravelry, so you can see all the designs. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Alison. I'll check it out. Oh, freaky. So glad you're in the chat. Yeah, I hope she gets better soon too, Kathy. She needs to go back to school. She's driving me up the wall. She's not. She's fine. But, you know, I'm used to having the house to myself, and I don't have the house to myself at all. Jackie Doyle was distracted by work. Oh, Jackie, how did you let that happen? Oh, dear. I was thinking of something along that lines. Yeah. Oh, we're nearly at the end, and so we've nearly got to do the next row, which is cool stuff. I love the next row. The next row is my favorite row of this shawl. Is that even possible? Do any of you have favorite rows or favorite stitches that you like to work? So yeah, it is definitely a favorite stitch of mine. I have two favorite stitches. So the stitch coming up is a front post half double crochet. The half double crochet is my ultimate favorite. And so the front post half double crochet is my second favorite. Wei Shin, no, I can't help you with that. You'll need to go and check like the testing pool and things like that on Ravelry. Yeah, the best way to get involved is to get involved in people's communities for a while, and then when they're ready, they normally put out a call to their communities asking for help. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll find something eventually. Can any of the mods pop in a link for Barb for the Lane 52 socks book? That would be great. Knitspin Girl says she hates knitting bobbles and noops. Oh, you would hate. There was a couple of designs that I sent out through Mystery Lace Club that were a bit noopy. They had a few noops. I think there was one that had noops in mohair. I mean, I didn't feel too guilty. I still sent it. Abby. Oh, Abby's talking Kim. Okay, that's cool. Abby, you can always DM Kim. She's got her phone handy. And Bub's looking for the hardcover book, not the magazine. So that would be cool too. So there we go. Spanner Chick has, what is that? Just put a link in for something. That last row. Oh, that last row is your favorite row. Oh, it may not be if it's like I'm quite a fan of the last row, unless I'm knitting a lace shawl and it is like 47,000 billion stitches, but then you also have to do like a picot bind off, so you're doing like 11 billion picots on top of your 40,000 billion stitches. I don't like those last rows. Spanish Chick says the row that isn't a picot bind off. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's deceptive. It's like, okay, you're onto your last row, and it's like, woohoo! And then it's like, oh man, this last row is going forever. Freaky says, what with borders soon closing permanently for a bit? What about a PDF version? Is there one? I don't know. I can't help with that. Leonie ordered hers from Zigzago. Victoria arrived in 4 days, and one of them was a public holiday. They're doing a reprint. How long has this book been out for, or has it just been super popular? Knitspin Girl says, my hand-spun beaded shawl had a beaded picot cast off, took 4 hours. Oh my gosh. You must have really loved that shawl, is all I can say about that. All right, let me look. I've got to double check that I'm doing the right thing because I'm coming up to the end stretch. Coming up to the end. Where are we? What goes on in this last stitch? 2DC around the last. Then into the third of the 1, 2, get in there. Here we go. 1. And then do another one in there. Get in there. Okay, bam, said the lady. All right. Put that down for a second. Okay, that tea's cold. Ugh, yuck. Luckily, I have a T2 thermos full of T2 tea. I wish T2 would sponsor the Fiberific live stream because I spend a lot of money on T2 products because T2 are awesome. I would make a less lame promo in the middle of every video if T2 would supply me with what I need. Sally says she's having issues with her computer. She's having trouble with posting links She's on her phone at the moment. Oh, sorry, Sally. I think it's just about sold out in pre-orders for the first print. Wow. Jackie Doyle says she's found her T2 thermos. Woohoo! T2 is the best. See, look, T2. One day you'll see a live stream and you'll see all this T2 love. Oh well. All right. We are on to the next round. I nearly said round and then decided not to. So it's been going since Feb. That's actually really good. Knitspin Girl says my daughter gave me a T2 advent calendar. Oh gosh. Chain 2, then front post, half double crochet around that one. Then are we just doing around all of them? Yes, until we get to the tip. Okay. Bam. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, sorry. Can't see what I'm doing. Front post. Oh, look, I get to do a front post around one of them fluffy things. How annoying. Hide the fluffy bits with another stitch. Maybe that's their theory. Maybe you hide the fluffy bits with the next stitch. I mean, I can't see it always working. I'll get to stab that one later. That'll be fun. Yarn Dragons Creations has to look up T2. A T2 International, guys, I'm not sure. So in Australia, T2 is this great tea shop that has amazing teas and thermoses and teacups and all sorts of things. Everything tea related you can think of. They also have these beautiful tea bags that are like a fabric tea bag, so that they're not like, there's no bits that can hurt animals. And anyway, T2 have a lot of good stuff. Most of the shops are saying at the end of April for the next one. Okay. All right, cool. They are international. Oh, thank you, Spanichick. That is good to know too. So T2, get into it. Everybody. Tell them that I sent you. I'm kidding. Don't tell them that. Well, you can if you want, but you don't have to. Where did you get your nails done? Oh, you're hilarious, Abby. My nails were done by All My Nails and Beauty, and she has been helping me. So those of you that have been around for a while, you guys know these are acrylics, right? These are acrylics because I am a nail biter, and my nails were always like tiny and stuff. But the very exciting thing is, see this? See how long these are? I'm so excited because this is a thin acrylic cover over my natural nail now. This is how long my nails are because I didn't eat them. Isn't it exciting? I'm excited. Are you excited? So the amazing Narelle at All My Nails and Beauty has really helped me to look after them and understand what I needed to do. And I also like to be able to have it not too crazy a color, so she's really cool. So yeah, so it would, it's been so exciting to know that even though this is an acrylic cover, it's covering my own nail. So I'm just like excited to know I'm not eating them. Just not eating them. So that's great. And she's a local business and she works from her home. So it's one client at a time. And so I can, keep going in, and she's still open for business. So that's really cool too. Sally says she likes Tea Tonic. Is that just another tea company, Sally, or is that a thing? Because I've never heard of a Tea Tonic. Hey, Leslie Grant, welcome to the chat. Leslie is about to, she's waiting on some shipping to get some very exciting parcels, which she can talk about if she wants to, but I'm so excited for her because I want the parcels and I'm jealous. Darling said, I saw my hairdresser today at the shops, thought she would be horrified, but she told me she loved my new look. Those of you that don't know, Dye Wench just raised over $800 for the local cancer cure for a shave for a cure, and shaved all of her hair off. So I think everyone would be proud of you, Dye Wench. It's a company. I can't post a link though. Maybe another mod can find one for me. I know we need to keep it T2 links only in here, guys. If we're pushing for a T2 sponsorship, so woohoo for not eating nails. Thank you, Abby. Leslie is very excited as well. That's so cool. So yeah, no, Diane, she did an amazing job raising all that money and shaving all of your hair off and doing it live on Facebook. That was so awesome. I'm very proud of you. And I know a lot of other people are as well. So where Sally's laughing. You guys can see what I'm working on here, hey? Yeah. So if I'm making mistakes, you need to be telling me, all right? Because sometimes I forget I'm supposed to be doing half doubles and I just do doubles. And then it's not till I hold it up and look at it and go, what did I do way back at the start? So, yeah, it is one of those things. Where are we? I need another sip of tea. My throat's getting a bit parched. I'm dreading it. I think we're coming up to another one of those fluffy knots. Ugh, they're horrible. I hate them. I'm just going to have a quick check. I've got messages here and I just need to have a quick look to see what they are. No, I don't need those right now. Jacob has asked a very important question. Are we donating today? The answer is no. What we're going to be doing, for those of you who don't know, Fibrific has been working on donating 10% of all our online sales to the Animal Rescue Collective here in Australia. We're going to be doing a final donation next week. So what I decided to do was just do one last big one. Because we've missed a few weeks, so we're culminating a few. Next week is the final one, so I just want to do one last big push. So if you want to jump over onto fibrific.com.au and pop in any orders over there, anything that runs through the website donates 10% to the Animal Rescue Collective. So if you would like to do that and get in on that before it ends. So I'll be putting out Facebook posts and blog posts, just letting everybody know that it's about to wind up. So if you want to get in on that last donation, absolutely get in before Wednesday night will be the last tally point. Okay, so that would be really cool if you wanted to do that. But yes, we won't be doing a donation today because we're going to tally up everything and do one big one next week. Make sure you show up next week to see it, everybody. Absolutely, Jacob. Everyone needs to see how much we've been able to put together as a group. To go in. Spanish chicks, ooh, I wonder what I can buy. Well, there are some things. There's a few things on my website. So, you know, you've got some choices there. You've got a few choices. Where are we? Can I send Matt your way and keep all you sickies together? The answer is no. I don't want any more people hanging out at my house. There's already too many people here all the time. It's horrible. I'll send him a chocolate. I don't care. Is there a few things I don't already have? Look, I don't know if I can answer that one. I'd have to have a look. Probably not. Truth be told. Yeah. I mean, unless you need some new delicate wash for washing your handmaids. I mean, there's some of that there. Where are we? Oh, I can have your mat too. No, I don't need double mats. Double sicky mats. No. I'm sorry. I love you, Maddie. Both Maddies. But no. The answer is no. Fingers crossed I get my approval to order my replacement wheel before then. That would add a nice little chunk to the total. Yes, it would. Where are we? Poor old Jackie moved interstate and the movers banged up her wheel so badly that it looks like she's going to have to do a full replacement. I'm just like, what? I'm good. I'm laughing at Chantel because she doesn't want my son and chocolate. Like, I love chocolate. Seriously. Chocolate's great. Chocolate's not that great. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff. I'm just trying to make sure I've remembered everything. So thank you for the reminder on that one, Jacob. I nearly forgot. Spanish says, if you sold printers, I need one of those. I don't actually sell printers, no. I'm sure I could set up an affiliate link for one if you'd like, and you can buy it through Amazon. Um, but but no, I don't sell them. Oh, guys, I had this most unusual run-in last week or the week before at the shops, and I met a lady, and I did that thing I don't normally do. She was wearing the most beautiful hand crocheted shawl. It was a virus shawl. And I just stopped her and I just went, did you make that? That is beautiful. And we ended up standing there having this conversation for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, just talking about yarn and her shawl and different things that she's made, and things that she would not normally have made, but then made anyway because of like the wow factor. And it was just so lovely just to actually be at my local shop talking to someone about yarn. Am I the only one who's done that? Have any of you just stopped a random person as they were walking past and just gone, that is beautiful? Because that's what I did. And she looked at me and I went, your shawl is beautiful. Did you make it? And she was like, yeah. And it turns out it was her first virus shawl, and now she's made like a pile of them. I actually haven't made a virus shawl. I reckon they look pretty cute, so I might have to see if I've got something in the stash, because I'm going to need little breaks from this one because it's a long way to go just doing the same things. I'm also in the middle of, I'm not sure if you guys saw, I posted a photo on Instagram late yesterday of some fibre that I've spun, or it's a picture of the full bobbin, so it's already spun, and that was from Shepherdess AU. So she was an amazing dyer who decided to shut up shop and move on and do something else with her career, and which she's done wonderful things. But I really miss her as a dyer because her colorways were just always so beautiful, and I'd been hoarding this for like, it's got to be 2 years, guys, because it was is it the last one? Either the last or the second last of her fibres that I have, okay? And so I'd been hoarding it. It was this massive, like 230 gram braid. It's so thick and fluffy. I don't know how I did it, but I spun it and fit it into one single bobbin. So don't know what I did there. But plying it, I'm doing chain plying. And so it's going back as a 3-ply. It's coming out as a nice little, I'm thinking a sport weight yarn. It's not quite a 4-ply, or it is in some spots, and then other spots it's a smidgy bit thicker. So it is definitely, so I've got this 230 grams of this beautiful sport weight yarn. I'm really hoping I get sort of 600 to 800 meters. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm not finished plying. I should take another photo of it now that it's being plied. But I'm just really enjoying that. So it is, I'm doing lots of different projects. So I've got this on the go. I'm still knitting pouches. I have, I don't actually have, I mean, like, we're not going to look at my box of whips, all right, but I don't actually have a knitting project out and handy that is one that I'm currently working on other than the pouches. I mean, I'm sure there's something. But I've also got spindle projects, so I'm doing some ply on the fly with some beautiful fibre that I've got for sale in my web store. I'm also doing some support spindling of the beautiful white gum wool merino that's in my web store, so if you're a spinner, you can get there. I have random people talk to me when I knit in public. Ask Di when she's been there when it's happened. Lydia Mason needs a sock ruler. I've got a sock ruler. I actually don't use it that much. I just put my socks on my feet. Where are we? Kim, you have a different type of resting face while knitting. Yeah, it's her friendly resting face. Daiwench says, I still want a spindle. Well, Daiwench, when we're all not coughing up lungs and our kids are no longer got colds, we'll get back together again and we'll try and get you sorted with a spindle. Pretty sure it's a resting bee face, so I don't know. No, I don't think you do when you're crafting. I mean, do I? I've just realised, like, right when you guys are saying that, I sit here on camera crocheting and knitting. Do I have a resting bee face while I'm doing it? I hope not. I hope someone would say, Chantel, you need to smile, or you look like you're about to kill somebody. Like, you've got to let me know, right? Where are we? You don't like that word. I understand. Hang on a second. I need that to go away because I can't see my monitor. There we go. What's Abby doing? Bye, Abby. Some folks have a smile when they are plotting. They do. That's right. You don't know what's going on because they're like getting ready to do evil. Rebecca's getting ready to do Nora's vintage Afghan. I'll have to have a look. I think my dad's just gone to his bus. Heard the door close. I'm in no place to tell women to smile in 2020. Good point, Jacob. Good point. But, like, I don't, I just want to know if I've got like a resting angry face. A smirk is a form of a smile, right? Absolutely. Bye, Abby. Be good inside. Don't harass your dad. He's working. Good call, Spanish chick. But you look so much prettier when you smile. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Angry face to go with your angry typing. Oh, Andrea cracks up every time. She can tell when I'm like replying to something that's fired me up. She'll be like, "You're gonna put your finger through that phone." Like, it's very funny. Oh, hello. Air conditioner's making grindy noises. That's encouraging. All right, I'm in the middle. What have I got to do here? 2 half doubles. My favorite again. Chains. I hate chains. Chains are the worst. Oh, geez. That was the chains fault, I reckon. No, stop that. That's wrong. Go back. Do it again. Half double. Straight through. That's it. All right. Okay, and then back to what I was doing. Oops, make sure you only grab 1 stitch at a time. That just feels very chunky. Hang on a second, guys. Let me have a good look. Go in there. Do the thing. All right. Okay, we're all good. It's nothing to see here. Let me have a squeeze in the chat. I missed what you're making. What am I working on? I am making a shawl. It is Pixel Fix. I don't understand, but anyway, Midnight Walk, and it's using my whirl. They also recommend a whirlette, so I'm kind of hoping that's just for the fringe, because I don't have one. I don't intend to buy one. So yeah. Oh, hello. Internet's playing up, guys. Just bear with me, all right? Where are we? Today's pattern. Oh, thank you, Spanner Chick, for throwing the link in. I appreciate that. Kathy Bryer's off. Don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder, Chintamani. Yeah, so the internet is playing up a little. I think there's a joke running around at the moment in Australia that I shared about the NBN. You guys know how I feel about the NBN, right? I don't need to go into that. NBN's not my friend, and we were all forced onto it. Anyway, now everyone's having to work from home using the NBN. So yeah, that's kind of funny. I love the NBN. No, I don't. I don't love the NBN. But yeah, and so I've noticed in the last couple of days that things like even just simply streaming Amazon Prime. I'm getting a bit of buffering. It's just been a bit frustrating. Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Hello. It's been ages since you've been on here. It's also been a few weeks since I've been on here, honestly. So yeah, so welcome to the chat. Are we doing a soapbox live now? No, we're not. We're not doing a soapbox live. Anyway, it's making life fun with so many of us moving things, or so many extra people moving things online. I've always been online. No one told me that my hand was out of the shot and you couldn't see what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. I've got my camera in a new spot and my hands are used to sitting in one spot and it's not the spot that's good now. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, thanks, Darwench. That's awesome for letting me know after I worked it out. You're terrible. You're terrible. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that right there and move on, and not tell you how terrible you are, because your children might be listening. I know mine is. She'll be floating around now. She's probably going to try and poke her head in a window or something like that. Aren't you glad I made it today? Yeah. I mean, we weren't trying to get that stream done and dusted before you got home from the shops. Freaky Geek says there's no darts, but this is better. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying this, Freaky. That's cool. So where are we at? We're at 11:15, guys. Couple of things, couple of housekeeping things. Keep an eye on the Fibrific Fun Zone and on the Fibrific Facebook page. I'm going to be popping some links up for Zoom chats where you guys can join in and be part of the chat, not just type it in, but you can totally have your own camera and microphone working. I highly recommend that if you do join in, that you do set up with your craft in your lap so that you can enjoy it just like you're at a craft group. Think of it like that. I have one really major rule, which is you need to be wearing headphones. It's too tricky to work out if something's feedbacking or echoing. But so, can I Zoom chat on the Xbox? My computer crashed. I did it on that. I don't know. Honestly, Wench, I really don't know. I am currently crocheting the Midnight Walk shawl by Piselfix or Piselfix. It's a freebie over on Ravelry. We've got links in the chat and links down the bottom. I was hooking while I did not chat. Freaky Geek did it because you can still type chat if you want. You can also type chat directly to one person, or you can type chat to everybody. You've got your options open there. I wear my unicorn head. Oh, I can wear my unicorn headcut. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Jackie Doyle says you can do it from your phone. You can definitely do it from your phone. It's a bit trickier if you've got a bit of a group. You won't get to see everybody, but you can absolutely do it from a phone for sure. So yeah, and this is a beautiful shawl pattern. It's written really well. One of the things I love about this, especially because it's got a couple of tricky little stitches, and while they may not be the best at describing things, they actually have photographic step-by-steps as well for all the rows. So everything has got a photographic instruction as well. And it looks like it's, from what I can tell, because I've never done her stuff before, from what I can tell, she does this a lot. This is pretty well her standard way of doing things. So I think that's really cool because not everybody can read them. Freaky Geek says, sweet, it will be my second Zoom with Fibrific. Is it an app? Yes, you can look in the App Store for Zoom. It's a conferencing software, so make sure you grab the right thing. Or there's a web version that you can use, but apparently it has a few things that aren't available if you use the web version. Game Winner says, I'll need to dig my webcam out from where it fell down. Yes, you will, or we'll be getting a shot of bad cable management, probably. Actually, it's at your place, so it's probably not bad cable management. My place, it would definitely be bad cable management. So yeah, so you can definitely get the app on your phone or install it on your PC or your laptop or your iPad or whatever. So that's going to be a little bit of fun for everybody tonight from 6:30. So approximately, where are we at now? So it's approximately 7 hours from now. Is that right? I'm guessing. I'm totally guessing. Spanner Chick will tell us. But I will definitely, I'll definitely go in and create the group. And what it will do is it'll let you sit in a little waiting room, and then once everything goes, I'll start adding everybody in so that you can all jump in and go out and what have you as the night progresses on. And we can have cups of tea and we can talk about what we're working on. Did we work out how many can be chatting? No, we haven't. We haven't worked out a maximum. According to the software, you can have 100 people. I wouldn't want 100 people talking all at once. I found that that's a bit tricky, but as long as we're polite and all let everybody have a turn talking, it will be fine. Darwin says, I'll look at it later. I can sit at the table and pretend I'm at IKEA. Should be easy enough to do considering most of my house is from there. Yeah, that would work. I normally do my Zoom chats in my craft room inside the house. I don't do them out here. So I'll be sitting in my craft room amongst all my IKEA furniture. I could even possibly pull out an IKEA coffee cup to make my coffee in and make it very IKEA-ish. The other thing is, if any of you wanted to support Fiberific on Patreon or through the Mystery Lace Club, these are all open, so you can jump in and do those as well. They really help. The Patreon especially helps with all the live equipment that we use. We've got a camera here, a microphone, a light. You know, like there's stands for things. There's an articulated arm. There's another articulated arm. Like there's all sorts of things that happen to make a live stream possible. So I utilize the money that you guys pay through Patreon to keep all the live streams happening. And when I do make pre-recorded videos, those of you who are on Patreon, I say usually have early access unless I'm running really behind and just get it up in the nick of time. Daiwen says, so hungry, what's for lunch today? Look, I'm probably going to have a piece of chocolate cake. Like, if I'm allowed, if Tim lets me eat a piece of his birthday cake, I am very likely to have a piece of chocolate cake. Freaky Geek says, I'll stay up just to chat with craft friends. Yeah, Freaky Geek, it's going to be really late for you, I think. Because what time is it now? Or it might be really early for you because it's late for you now, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure. Wait, like time zones. Spanish Chick says, I can Zoom from my craft room, which is pretty much an IKEA display room. Does that count? Yes, it is. Daiwench is coming to your place. So, okay. Sorted. Absolutely. Freaky Geek says it'll be 9:30 p.m. here. Well, that's definitely better than now. Like, what time is it for you right now, Freaky Geek? Oh no, when we did the test, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so it was like some crazy time in the morning for you. No, she's going to your place because you are having cake for lunch. Oh, sorry. I mean, Tim might not let you, or actually Tim would be more likely to let you have cake than me, honestly. I have to ask really nicely. It's the rule in our household that if it's your birthday, you get to decide who gets to have second slices because it's your birthday cake. Mother-in-law just dropped a kilo of beef mince off. Nice. Home delivery meat. That's awesome. Well, hello. I just realised my hands are moving. Oops, what have I done? I'm nearly at the end of the row, guys. I'm nearly at the end of the row. Oh, dear. Oh, I've got to find out what I've got to do on this last little stitch. Hang on a second. Okay. All right. So I've got to do a doobie thing here. Another doobie thing there. Come on. There you go. Beep. And then a half DC in the third chain. Get in there. 1, 2. Nope, that didn't work. Just yelling at it just doesn't work, you know, like just get in there. Come on. I made the chains too tight at the start of the row. There we go. We did it. Yay! Tim will give me cake if he wants donuts. Yeah, he will. Yeah, absolutely. Freaky Geek says, I never get cake on my birthday because I don't tell nobody what day I was born. So I have cake whenever I can. Spanish Chick says, if I don't organise it myself, it doesn't happen. I'm very lucky. Abby is becoming a bit of a cake aficionado. And with all her hospitality and home ec that she's doing, she's getting right in there. She made Tim red velvet cake for his birthday. Knitspin Girl says, I only get cake if I make it myself, but I live by myself, so then I get to eat it all. Well, I mean, there's that. That's a bonus. This is the row I hate. I have to count. I'm not going to be able to do this row on camera because it's like, now skip 2 and go into the next one. Oh, gosh. 1, 2, bam. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to work on camera. But anyway, so that's where I'm up to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us up to our single camera. Single camera. Bam. Hello, single camera. Put the crochet away for a little while. Wench needs cake now. Sorry, Wench. Bake a cake. You could bake one. You've got stuff at home. You could totally bake a cake. Where are we? I probably shouldn't have cake for lunch. Like, that's the reality. I should probably have something else. But I really want cake. Don't forget the hippomisses between... Oh, yes, I understand the hippomisses, like the hippopotamuses or Mississippis. Jackie Doyle says, I'm off to a cafe to see if they have cake. Okay, Jackie. No baking for Wench because she's out of flour. Sorry, Wench. You might not be able to get the ingredients. Yeah, that's a possibility. Why I don't bake very often? Because you eat it all. I understand. Look, we've only got 3 in our household, right? And a lot of my recipes, like I've got some beautiful cookie recipes and stuff, but they always make like a pile of cookies, and so we eat them. And we used to have, like, I've got this bread machine, and I used to make fruit loaf in the bread machine. And Tim and I realised I had to stop doing it because between the 2 of us, because Abby wasn't eating fruit bread at that stage, but between the 2 of us, we would eat a whole loaf of fruit bread in like 2 days because it's like fresh baked, delicious fruit bread. So it's just like, okay, need to stop doing that. Hey, Melissa. Melissa's going to look for cake now as well. All these people are just going to be like shutting down their computers and like, cake. I need cake. Oh, man. Food talk. We managed to avoid food talk for the whole chat until right now. So, yeah, thanks, Wench. That's okay. I will help you eat all the cookies. Thanks, Talia. So, yeah, so I don't tend to do a lot of baking because of that. But Abby's getting really into it again. So she will knock us up a batch of chocolate chip cookies pretty readily. Like if you're like, I feel like a cookie, it's like next thing you know you can hear the oven preheating and Abby's just in there like going like a train making chocolate chip cookies. So it's like that's really bad. But we still eat them. We don't stop her. Mum agrees with you. Baking is dangerous for your health. Absolutely. Rebecca needs coffee. Me too, Rebecca. I've got my tea. And tea is great, but I definitely need a coffee. Nobody's mentioned... I'm not even going to say the words. That's just a danger zone. Cake Jamble. Jacob Campbell. Well done, Jacob. Yep, Knitspin Girls need some cake. Everybody needs cake. Cake makes everything good. Yeah, so cake is good. Right, so we all agree? We all agree that cake is good. Like, we're not going to go into specifics over which cakes are better because we're just going to go with cake is good. We need a badge now that says cake is good. So we might have to do something about that. Darwin says, I got a free coffee today. It was so good. Oh, my gosh. Game Winner says, I'm a bread maker. Take Prakasha to the knit group regularly. Where does your knit group meet? Just out of curiosity. In 2006, I baked approximately 20,000 chocolate chip cookies fundraising for an expedition. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. I mean, you were selling them, obviously. You weren't eating them. Free is always good if you like the stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. But like I look at things like I'll be at the shops every now and again and you'll see that something you normally buy is half price. And I'm always like torn. Do I just get two and still pay what I was willing to pay and have one for have some for ages? Or do I just get one and go, sweet, half price? I don't know. What do you do? When it comes to yarn and things like that, if I've got like a budget in mind, I'm like, I will be spending that budget. If I'm like, I'm going out to spend $100 for a project or whatever, it'll be like, right. And if it's all like half price, it won't be like, oh, I saved $50. It'll be like, what else can I buy? Because I was going to spend it anyway. Are the badge packs in store? No, but I will need to sit down and take some photos because I've got some made up because I've got the badge machine working again. Yay. Sally says, I made bread once in a slow cooker. Was really good. Really? I've never done bread in a slow cooker. Jackie says, yes, selling them, but I may have eaten a few for quality control. I mean, there's always quality control. Does anybody ever give somebody else the first pancake or pikelet when you're making them? I don't. They're mine. I've got to taste them to see if it's good. What did you do to your machine? Look, it was just being a butt face, and so I just pulled it all apart, used some of that cool dry lube and put it all back together, and it was working. So, you know, I mean, technically I fixed it, right? Like, I'm going with that. Darwin says, I grabbed the two. It's like I'm spending the money anyway, so I'm winning if I come home with twice as much. Yeah, see, Wench? I get torn. It depends. Like, every now and again I'll be like, oh, because, like, I think I was at the shops the other day and my washing liquid was, like, half price. Like, should I get two? And I'm like, no, I'll just get one for now. But it was just, I don't know. Yeah, like yours did last year, except I'd had problems with because the button making machines have got two dies, and I'd had problems with the bottom die at the front where you put in all the art, but this was the cuppy bit at the top, the third part. Like, so you got your two bottom bits and your bit at the top, and it was a top bit that was problems. Spanish Chick has said, ooh, my unicorns have an inline mic. So you're not hoarding. God, no, I do not have space in my house to hoard. Cook's perks, always get the first and the lamb shank and lick the bowl. See, I normally give someone else the bowl because I'm not a fan, but I mean, dude, I get the spatula. Like, that's just how it is. Where are we? Cook. Yeah, and so I'm just glad it's working again. Honestly, the button machine. I'm just so happy it's working because it was really frustrating at one stage. I'm trying to make little koala badges that Jacob designed for us to go out with everyone's orders, and it was just like dying. And I'm just like, I'd like get one and destroy four, and I'm just like, ugh. So yeah, I sorted it out. Jackie says it depends on the item and the current funding level. I mean, that's also true. If it's something that'll go off, I don't. But if it's something that will stock, I will. Spanish Chick says, I got a badge. Yes, you did. You did. Okay, my lovely friends, thank you so much for joining us today in this live chat. If you want to jump on the Zoom tonight, feel free to go over and check the Fiberific Fun Zone. If you are not a member, you must answer the questions or you will not be let into the group. So we try to get you through quite quickly, but we'll see how it goes. We're getting up to, I think we've nearly got 500 people in the Fiberific Fun Zone, which I'm just like, wait, what? So that's pretty cool. So I owe you 2 extra streams. Look, I'm counting the Zoom chats as extra streams then, Spanish Chick. It's that simple. All right, so I will catch you all later on. Be good, be safe, make wise decisions, and kick back with your craft in your lap. It's always a good way to go. I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye.